Very little validates the narcissist, like having somebody who they highly respect, or at least somebody who they used to highly respect, chasing after them. When you chase the narcissist, when you beg the narcissist to try to explain to you where you stand with them, when you try to get them to let you know what they feel and think about you, when you plead for that, that gives them a lot of validation. When the narcissist works hard to get you to feel attracted towards them, to feel some emotional connection towards them, a lot of that is just an investment for their future. Whereas you might interpret that as just building an interpersonal bond, building something worthy, a good connection, maybe something for the future. The narcissist, the way they see it, they're investing in you now, so later you'll invest into them. And when I say you investing into them, I mean basically they're going to screw you over and get you to spend all your time, energy, efforts in trying to get them to set the score straight, explaining to you why they suddenly ghosted you, why they suddenly detached from you, why they gave no closure, how they moved on so easily. When you're dealing with somebody with low self-esteem, they take different measures to self-regulate. People who have healthy self-esteem, people who have a healthy connection with themselves, they don't need to set down this path of putting on a mask, pretending they're something they're not, just to convince the object of their attention to give them attention, to give them airtime. But narcissists, they know that nobody would give them airtime, nobody would give them attention, unless they put on this mask, unless they put on this fake persona. And because they have needs that need to be met, everybody has needs that need to be met. But the narcissists, they're never transparent with you about what their needs are. I mean, you can't blame them, can you? Because if they were transparent to you about what their needs were, you never would have entertained them. You never would have allowed them to get close to you. You would have walked the other way after the first, second, or third interaction. But narcissists, they learn early in life that when they show their true colors, people walk away. When they show their true colors, people ignore them. When they show their true colors, people don't want anything to do with them. And all that does is, that hurts their ego even more. That lowers their self-esteem even more. That lowers their sense of self-worth even more. And of course that hurts them. Of course that makes them feel like they don't even belong on the planet. Like they're not worthy of even the air that they breathe. So they come up over time with this set of skills, traits, which is putting on an act. And that's why people say that narcissists are some of the best actors. Because for them, acting was never a choice. Acting was never something that they wanted to do as a hobby, if you would. Something to intrigue them, you, and the world. It's none of that. For them, acting is just their way of surviving, their way of getting their needs met. So, being chased, by pretending there's something they're not, by getting other people to focus on them in such a way, on the expectation that there's actually something being built, means there's a one-way relationship being built. You're building a relationship towards them, and they're just screwing you over because they're not building anything towards you. What they're building towards you is they're opening up this channel where they're later going to extract everything that you have of value. And it's not just your it's not just your time, emotional, energetic, and physical resources being you, but they also sometimes want to share in your other assets, whether it's bank accounts, houses, things which they basically feel that they somehow should have ownership as well. Because narcissists, they're very quick to want to own somebody, to want to possess somebody. And they also want to own and possess the things that you have. Because it goes with their disordered way of thinking that people belong to them. Things that you enjoy, appreciate, worked for, conquered. In a way, they convince themselves that they are entitled to those things. So, you have to understand the level of validation that you give the narcissist when they disappear, when they discard you, when they all of a sudden show their true colors. And they see you putting a lot of effort to try to get back into their good graces, to try to get them back into your life. Maybe the emotional bond you had is something that you need because they were your missing piece. It goes back to their acting. They manage to convince you that they represent everything that you've been missing in your life to make you feel whole, that missing puzzle piece. So now you want that back because otherwise you're losing a part of yourself. And you also want the closure about what did you do wrong? Because not only is their absence hurting you, but the fact that you believe you were the one who instigated it, it was somehow your fault, just makes it even worse. And narcissists, they have a whole array of things that they play against you, which cause your mind to become your worst enemy because you think that you did something wrong. They make you feel like you're not good enough. But when you know you're dealing with a narcissist, you just kind of leave it at that because you weren't born yesterday. You cut your losses. You let bygones be bygones. And all of a sudden, they're not getting their needs met that they thought they would get with the discard. Their ego is not getting stroked by you chasing them. Their self-esteem is not being uplifted by you needing them. And we take all that into account, in a way that deregulates the narcissist. They become deregulated when you don't chase them the way they expect, because now all of a sudden they can't help but put you back on a pedestal. Because all of a sudden they thought you were a given, that they could have you anytime they want. And all of a sudden now it's almost like they've lost you. And narcissists can easily put people on pedestals when they've lost them. And then they take them for granted once they have them. It's just the nature of the disorder. So, I'm just going to stop it there. And just set just a reminder that, slightly changing topics, I'm posting a bit more on my Instagram account. So, if you haven't connected on Instagram yet, please do. I'll be posting more things on it going forwards, and you can see a link to it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.